Supergirl Season 2, Episode 9, Supergirl Lives. So I finally took a break from playing Resident Evil 7 today to eat and do some of the other things that I have to do on the channel. And I liked this episode. It was pretty good. I was surprised with the way it went, considering Roulette was introduced in the episode. It didn't really focus on her nearly as much as I thought as, like, you know, a important villain from, like, the DC universe. Especially considering her first episode was, like, I mean, I guess it was, in a sense it was the same. She only showed up, just less in this episode. So I was surprised that it didn't really follow the path of look at Roulette coming back as a recurring villain. It was kind of just like, yeah, this is what I'm doing. And then she was gone for the rest of the episode. And that was it. Like, even during the big outbreak and everything, it was just the alien creatures and the one creature that was still, just a dude that they didn't want to put in a costume just to save some money. So it was kind of weird seeing that, where she shows up and I was like, okay, this is a Roulette episode. And it was like, not really. It was kind of just a Supergirl, or I guess more of a personal episode. It was like Kara had some stuff in here. Alex, of course, she had some stuff. And Winn even had like his own little scenes in this episode as well. And I thought it worked out really well, even though it was different than what I was expecting with the villain intro. Still really enjoyed it, and I thought it was very cool that this was the episode where they finally decided to introduce the red sun idea, so that was really awesome. As soon as they got on the planet, I was like, it's really orange looking and stuff, and I was like, this is going to be a red sun, so I was excited for how that was going to affect the episode. So I thought they did a great job with that, and Supergirl being Supergirl. And they kind of went back to something they did in the first season when she lost her abilities after she used them up using her heat vision to like a really high extent. It was kind of like that, where she's like, well, I still have to be the hero, even though I don't have my powers. So I like the way they did that, where she's like, I still have to be a superhero. She's trying to teach Mon-El how to be a hero, and they have to stand up for everybody. And of course, he doesn't want to do that until the end of the episode, where he joins in with everyone. He wasn't even the one to first make an attack, which I thought was kind of funny. He just stood there like everybody else until the girl Izzy said something, was like, let's go. And that's when everybody started to really fight back. So very interesting. And then of course they're leading up to whoever these crazy aliens are looking for him, which they were dressed like some actual Sith apprentices in this episode. It was so funny when they showed up. They were dressed in all black with the hood. They even had like the little sashes around their stomachs and everything. I was like, they look exactly like Sith from Star Wars, and it was really funny. But they're still looking for Mon-El. We also had a Dominator show up, which I thought was pretty cool. So we have, Kara's Earth version, or universe version of the Dominators. And they didn't want to harm Mon-El either, which I'm assuming is related to the aliens that show up at the end of the episode. Maybe the Dominators are in league with them, and it's like, oh, this is, Mon-El of Daxon that they've been looking for. He's worth a lot of money if I can give them this sort of intel or, information or whatever. He's worth a lot of something for that information. So thought it was very interesting, and he stops the guy from shooting him, and then he kind of does a bow or something like that. And I was just like, that's weird. I don't know what the deal is with that. There's some crazy stuff going on. Why are they looking for Mon-El? Do they believe he left the king behind, or the prince? I guess I mentioned that before. Like, what if he lied about his story and he actually stole the ship from the prince? That sort of deal. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out, but they are searching for him, and he decides at the end that he wants to be a superhero. Just like Kara, he wants to go out and do some good. So I'm excited to see where they take that. Winn has decided throughout this episode that he does actually want to be a hero. He goes through his moment where he almost gets killed, and then he goes to the alien planet, and he almost gets killed again, but he ends up fighting back. And as he put it, he's not a red shirt. They had a lot of great references in this episode, actually, but my favorite was when Alex was like, alright, you're coming with us. And he's like, what? No, see, it's pre-programmed. You just press this. And then he said, and then you're thinking with portals. And I love that reference, because that's a reference to the video game Portal. So I was like, that's really awesome that that was in there. But he did good in this episode. He's not a red shirt. As he put it, he survived. And he decides that he does want to work, he does want to continue his work with Jimmy as Guardian. And, they go out doing their vigilante thing. So I thought it was cool. I thought they jumped around really well with the stories in this, and Alex dealing with her relationship stuff, which wasn't as much of a focus as I thought either. It was kind of just like she was freaking out because, her sister was missing and also without superpowers. So she was kind of losing it for a second. I was like, yeah, that's understandable. And then Of course I totally forgot her name, but her girlfriend was like, the glasses don't help, like she figured it out and everything, and it was funny. That was a great reference. It was like, the glasses don't help. She's like, I told her, it's ridiculous. So I always love when they make those silly references, but I thought it was a good episode to come back on. It wasn't like a major episode or anything. It was more like, here's just a cool episode where, there's like some small development with the characters. Mostly I think I'd say Mon-El had the biggest true development, because Winn basically just went, I don't want to do this, and then back to, I want to do this. And it was kind of the same thing for Alex, where it was just kind of in a different way, where she didn't mean to like push her off or anything. It was just like, I'm way too focused on trying to get my sister back, and that's why it just seemed that way. So it was kind of like they just went back, and Kara was really herself. She had like her one-up little thing at the end of the episode where she gives the guy the report, and she's like, I'd rather be wrong a million times and stuff like that. And of course, he's, typical angry boss guy where he doesn't really give her any props until she's gone. But I thought that was cool. That was the first time we've ever actually seen this. I was like, all right, I can appreciate that a little bit. But still enjoyed the episode. I am very excited for what it's going to lead into now that the aliens know exactly where to go to get to Mon-El. So I'm curious what we're in for as far as the truth, or if it's not even, it has nothing to even do with the fall of Daxam or anything like that. Why in the world these aliens first off know about him, and why they're going after him and stuff like that. But like I said, I personally thought it was a pretty good episode. Of course, would love to know what you guys thought about it, so please comment below. Let me know your favorite parts, least favorite parts, and oh, actually, before I get to like my big question for this episode, the girl that played Izzy, the one that Carl was looking for like the entire episode, that is Kevin Smith's daughter. Like, you may have noticed it because of her name. Her name is Harley Quinn Smith. So you may have noticed that. I feel like it would have been hard to miss. But that was her. Like, I would recognize her without having known that she was in there if I missed her name. But as soon as you see, like, Harley, and it's kind of easy to see it all together there. But that's Kevin Smith's daughter. I don't know if he actually directed this episode. I know he's directed episodes of The Flash before. So maybe he did, or maybe she was just randomly in it because she's famous in her own right. So maybe it was just like that. So I don't know, but I was like, oh, I didn't, like, because it's his daughter, so sometimes that's just how it is. If he directs an episode, somebody, that he knows will randomly show up. Like when he did the Flash episode, Jason Mewes showed up, who's Jerry from Jay and Silent Bob. He was in that Flash episode that Kevin Smith directed. So I have no idea if he directed this one or not, but it was cool. I was like, oh, hey, that's Harley Quinn Smith. So that's who that was. For anyone who may not know, that was Kevin Smith's daughter, who played the character Izzy. So she was in an episode, so I thought that was cool. Had to mention that before I ended out the video. But what I really want to know from you guys is, what do you think the true reasoning is behind, these aliens coming after Mon-El? And I believe I asked that before with the mid-season finale because of the way they ended it, but I still would like to know, because there hasn't really been much added on to it. So I would love to know where your theories are as far as what he's done in the past, or, like I said, if he maybe lied about how he escaped and things like that. Are these characters Daxamites? Are they just other aliens that happen to look human as well? There's a lot going on there, so I'm very curious about it. But like I said, I want to know your theories on it, and of course what you guys thought about the episode in general. So please comment below, let me know, and thanks for watching.